We from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What's going down, gamblers around the world? I am the coach, and this is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Marley Bets, and we are Brothas N Bets. What's going down, Marley?
Hey, shout out to Mr. Keep That Same Energy.
Is that boy here?
I don't know if he here or not.
Is he here? That nigga did tell us he do this.
I'm going to shout him out anyway because he got on our ass yesterday with his 2 picks. So
he said, bro, I do this, man. But let me tell you this right now, bro. They started late. You feel me? Started late.
Davidson.
Game got close. 1 point lead. Okay, Davidson. We talking about the lock of the day to make our shit 6-3, right?
Right.
1 point game. Boom, we get rebound. We go down the court. They call charge. I'm like, bullshit. Okay, they call a net for the home team. Okay. They go right back down. Make one free throw, miss the other. We go back down. They block the 3. Okay, we get the ball. He hacks them. We don't get the foul call. He goes down there, misses 2. Yeah, at the crib. I'm like, bro, any other time we take an away team in that situation, the home team always going to get that love. But to each his own. Got a shot to give it to that man.
Got to give it up to him, man. He called it.
So, but other than that, man, you know, Providence won outright with that +8.
Outright.
Who else? Marquette won outright.
We gave 2 underdog 6-point favorite and 8-point favorite. And I didn't say this for the Providence game, but I said for the Marquette game, I'm gonna sprinkle something on that money line. So I hope Brothers at least followed that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you know, we got a couple of games. Let me get my mics in because we all over the place. We starting late. Some of the games are going down right now. And I think we're not gonna get a couple of them good to go. But anywho, 33-17 on the year, 6-3 on our locks for the year, and 2-3 against the spread for the year. 2-3 yesterday. We went 2-3 yesterday, but overall it's kind of a good week because we didn't do so bad. We didn't do too bad on Monday. It was kind of up in the air. But with that being said, man, you got anything you want to talk about before we jump right into this? Because I just need to look at these time slots for these games and know which one we need to get on right now because we're running behind.
I can tell you that we need to be on motherfucking Middle Tennessee. That's 6 o'clock. I mean, that's an hour. Most of the games
that's right 6. Now.
6.
No. Well, okay. Let's see.
6 Eastern. I'm looking at it right now. It says 7 on you, Asia, so I know 6 Eastern. I mean 7 Eastern. They got Eastern time.
Okay. All right. I see that. Yeah. Okay. So we good. We good. Yes, we good, peoples. We are good. We in that thing. We ready to get it started. All right. So with that being said, man, let's jump right into and of course you all know we're gonna save our lock of the day at the end, but all the games we're gonna cover right now, they won't be starting up until 6, as well as some of the NBA games that we are looking at as well. But let's kind of go ahead and jump right into it. Let's start it off with our first game. We're talking about Towson and Delaware getting it started. Delaware fighting Blue Hens. They're 14-7 on the year, 8-12 against the spread, while the Thompson Tigers are 15-6, 15-5-1 against the spread. Line open up in favor of Towson -8. That line has since moved down to -4. I think the odds makers knew they was kind of tripping with this one. The total opened up at 144. Right now, that line's at 135.5 as a consensus, but there are some lines all over the place. You can't find 139 if you're looking for an overplay. Injury reports right now, Delaware and Towson don't have any injury reports, but The last time we seen Delaware, they lost 69-62 at the crib against Towson. In fact, they were actually up in that game.
I actually like Delaware.
When they played a couple of days ago on the 24th. As far as Delaware, and again, Towson's last game was against Delaware when they won 69-62. So Delaware is definitely seeking revenge. Get to these actual factuals. Delaware 1-5 against the spread in the last 5 games. The overs hit 5 out of the last 6. They're 10-4 straight up in the last 14 games. 2-9 straight up in the last 11 games against Towson. The overs also hit 4 out of the last 5 games on the road. The overs also hit 4 out of the last 5 games whenever Delaware is on the road against Towson. 5-2 straight up in the last 7 games this season, but only 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games in the Colonial Athletic Conference. Actual factuals for Thompson, which is one of my teams that I follow. They're 14-4-1 against the spread in the last 19 games. They're under 6 out of the last 9. They're 6-1 straight up the last 7 games. The total has gone over 14 of the last 19 games against Delaware. 7-1 straight up in the last 8 games at the crib. The overs also hit 4 out of the last 5 games when playing at the crib against Delaware. 9-2 straight up in the last 11 games this season. They're 4-1-1 against the spread in the last 6 games played in the month of January. So Delaware Blue Hens taking on the Towson Tigers. Marley, do you have a play for this one, my G?
Man, this is your boys. I like that forward, Coach. I think Thompson probably wins the game. It's not official play, but because I don't want to go against your squad. Put that Duke.
Hey man, you can do whatever you want to do, man.
But I do like Delaware. If I had an official play for this game, which I don't, I'll take Delaware plus the 4. It's just hard to beat a team twice back to back like that on the revenge game factor. Even though Townson's at the crib, this Delaware team is one of the teams I kept up with last year as a smaller school. Haven't really watched them a lot this year. I know they Painter is the guy for Delaware. Dylan Painter, 14 points a game, leading the team there, 8 rebounds, leading the team there, and the man is shooting 56% from the field. So I do like what Delaware has to offer. I won't make nothing official here, but I do like the 4 points if I decided to make a play on it. They lost the last game by 6 or 7? Looks like 7. And I just feel like it's going to be, like you said, Delaware was up at one point in that game. I think it'll be a tight game. I think Delaware's a really good team. So I think the 4 is a little tricky, even though they're at the crib. But that's all I got.
Okay. All right. Marley, he just has a small lean. I'm gonna go with I like this Delaware team. I definitely think they will cover the spread. But to be safe, I want to go with Towson on the first half. They have definitely playing. Go ahead, man. What's up?
Can I ask you a question? Because I know Towson is your team, right? Are you scared to take Delaware plus the 4 because you don't want to go against your squad? Because it sounds like you like Delaware.
No, I don't like Delaware. I just said Towson could cover. I mean, I don't want to be that.
I thought you said Delaware can cover. My bad.
No.
Delaware covers.
Is this Brothas N Bets?
It is.
Are we brothers?
We are.
I'm riding with the team with the most brothers. So my official play for this game, man, and I ain't trying to be like that, but
that's a good one.
I am. Because last night I was thinking that with Davidson when I was
Davidson.
Like,
I knew he was in the same.
I fucking forgot.
God, Davidson is full of our.
Hey.
I got it. They full of our Caucasian brothers. Okay, we got Caucasian brothers too.
I forgot, man. But to get back to it, man, I like the first half play for this matchup. In favor of Towson, because again, besides the last game against Delaware, where they kind of started off slow. Hold on 1 second. Let me just double check this, man, because we've been all over the place. Yeah, so they won't. I was gonna say they barely lost, but they ended up beating them in the first half by 2 points. on the road. But during that game, Thompson was down, and they ended up battling back to get that to win the first half. So I like them minus the 2.5 for the first half play, and I'm gonna go ahead and back them for the full game minus the 4. Also, that's how confident I am in this Towson team. They're a real gritty team. They get down and busy, and when they up, big dog. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that I see this team kind of let up off the gas when they are up. So, my official play, I like Towson on the first half spread minus 2.5 and for the full game. So, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Brothas N Bets. We got LJ in the house, Flat Top in the house, LMM in the house, Roy Livingston. Roy, we about to get on that game next, my G. So we going with it. And LJ dropped us.
I'm trying to share the chat, but I can't find the link.
No, bro. Go to our. Okay, y'all gotta forgive Marley because he never does this during the show. He always locked in. So you gotta click on our show.
I got it. I see it.
Okay. So like LJ said, 14-4-1 against the spread in the last 19 games. Towson -5, but I think it's at -4 right now, if I'm not tripping. So I'm gonna back them up all the way. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That is Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets. So far this year, 33-17 as a combined record, 6-3 on our locks, and 2-3 yesterday. Marley went 2-3. I went 2-2. So we are combining those. So let's get to our next game to keep this thing moving. And it was requested. But I also saw this. We got Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders 12-6. On the year, 12-3-1 against the spread, while the Marshall Thunder and Herd are 7-2 on the year, 13-1 against the spread. This line actually opened in favor of Middle Tennessee State -1.5, but since then that line has flipped in favor of Marshall -2.5, and I definitely believe that only reason like that is because their home court is pretty rocking whenever they're doing that thing. The total opened up at 149.5. Right now, that line's at 148. There are some 148.5 out there as well. Injury report right now for Middle Tennessee State. Jordan, the guard, he is out, and everybody's pretty much good to go right now for Marshall. Middle Tennessee State on a 3-game winning streak. Their last victory came against Southern Mississippi. They won 74-60, while the Marshall Thunder and Herd, they are on a 9-game losing streak as of right now. So is it one of those deals that they come out motivated? This line definitely looks like some low-hanging fruit and something fishy is going on. So, hey, if you're on Twitter right now, please.
Smells like fish.
Please let me know if there's some injury reports that we don't know about, but after doing my research, I definitely didn't see anything. I still think this Middle Tennessee State team is under the radar right now. Let's get to these actual facts. Middle Tennessee State 10-2-1 against the spread in the last 13 games. They're 12-6 straight up in the last 18 games. They're 8-3 against the spread in the last 11 games against Marshall. 0-6 straight up in the last 6 games against Marshall. 1-16 straight up in the last 17 games on the road. There it is. There it is. 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games on the road when they're playing against Marshall. 7-2-1 against the spread in the last 10 games this season. The unders hit 7 out of the last 10 games whenever they're playing against a Conference USA opponent. Marshall, and I'm talking about the 8-1 against the spread in the last 9 games. The unders hit 9 out of the last 12. They're 0-9 straight up in the last 9 games. The overs also hit 4 out of the last 5 against Middle Tennessee State. 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games at the crib, but 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games whenever they're playing against Middle Tennessee State, as I said before. But they still 0-4-1 in the last 5 games this season. A lot of Owens. 11-1 against the spread in the last 12 games against a Conference USA opponent. So, Marshall taking on Middle Tennessee State. Marley, do you smell fish? What's the play?
I do smell fish. I do. It smells fishy, Coach. And I'm not, very. I don't keep up with Middle Tennessee a lot, basketball wise. Nor really Marshall. for that matter. So I really just looked into the games. When we talked about them earlier today, was my first time really kind of paying attention to these teams. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out why the fuck is the line what the line is. Especially with Marshall on the road. They're 6 in conference, I believe. And meanwhile, Middle Tennessee 2-2 in conference, 11-6 record overall. They don't look half bad. And then I got this kid Jefferson. Hold on, let me go back to my notes. It might be Jefferson or Jeffers. Give me a second. Jefferson. He's the leading scorer, but you also got not just Jefferson, you also got Donovan Sims, who every now and again pops up and gives you and leads the way. He's only averaging 10 points a game, but if you look at his last couple games, he's been over more than that. He had 14 against Florida International, and I think he had 20 against Southern. Was that Southern that they just played? Yeah, University of not Southern. Who the hell is USM? Southern Miss.
Southern Miss.
Yeah, University of Southern Miss. So I know I saw the record. 1 what did you say they were against Marshall? 1-7 or something like that. So it seems like they play pretty good, except until they play against Marshall in Marshall. But however, I cannot bet on a team that's just lost 7 straight games. No way. Not me, not your boy. And they have similar
9 straight games, 9 games straight.
And then they have similar opponents that like FAU. They lost to FAU. That's Marshall's last game, 71-60. Well, Middle Tennessee just beat FAU. Well, not just beat them, but they beat them 2 weeks ago or a week ago, 70-57. Another similar opponent in FIU. Middle Tennessee, 50-39. Marshall loses 70-66. UNT, they both lose to UNT, but I can't back a team on a 9-game losing streak. I don't care where they at the home at the crib. Give me Middle Tennessee State plus the money line. Excuse me. I don't want the 2 points. I'm gonna take the money line. I'm gonna have faith in it. I just don't. Like I said, I'm not a big follower of Marshall, so I won't lie to the public. But looking up, I didn't see anything that would lead me to believe that I need to take Marshall, even though they're at the crib.
Okay. Traditionally, Middle Tennessee State isn't a team that kind of has the media, or the sports, the odd makers, like, oh yeah, so this team is like one of those sleeper teams right now that's just kind of been balling in the Conference USA under the radar. But I definitely they do have several athletes that can do their thing, and I'm a fan of Jefferson as well, and Dishman, grabbing the boards and on his assist game, and Donovan Sims on the assist game. So I'm gonna grab this fish. I'm not a fan of the fish,
but lay it.
Yeah, like Middle Tennessee State, the thing what they're looking at is the analytics and the data is like, this team is not that good on the road, but Marshall is not a very good team at all. And the only thing that's really helping them out with these odds right now is the home court. Is the home court advantage and the crowd and the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they're banking on right now. But man, I'm gonna grab this fish. I'm gonna grab this fish, man, and I'm gonna take Middle Tennessee State with the points. And when it's too good to be true, it's a little too good to be true. So I'm gonna take these points, man, and just keep it rolling. So let's get on to our next thing. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That's Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets. That's our record so far for this year. And for everybody who is new right now, we keep this up. We actually hit the 100 mark last year, but during conference play last year, March Madness, we did do our thing last year.
I don't want to brag, but I don't want to brag
last year. So be sure to hit that like, subscribe, follow, man. Join in on us, man. Hey, if we don't make you money, come back the next day and talk that shit, man. We know how to take
what's that
it.
like?
We waiting on
122 and like
I forgot 70, the overall record.
70. What's 60 plus 13, 73. 122 and 73. That's great.
That's just from the conference tournaments and then March Madness. So let's keep this train running and let's go up to Big Ohio State. Buckeyes taking on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. The Buckeyes are 12-4 on the year, 7-9 against the spread, while the Golden Gophers are 11-5 on the year, 8-8 against the spread. The line actually opened up in favor of Ohio State -4, but right now that line's sitting at 6.5. The total opened up at 138, but right now it's at 135. There are some 134.5s on the boards as well as some of the books. Injury reports right now. So here it is. Suing, the forward for Ohio State, he is out today with the abdominal injury. Johnson Jr., he is questionable with a facial injury. Wheeler, the guard, he is questionable as well.
I don't like questionable.
Now, yeah, I don't like it either. As far as Minnesota, Curry, he is doubtful for tonight's game. Lowe, he is questionable. The guard, he's dealing with an illness right now, as well as Battle, he's dealing with an illness as well. And Ramberg is doubtful. Last time we seen Ohio State, they put a ass whooping on IUPUI. They was actually a -33 favorite in that game, and they covered that easy money. And the last time we seen Minnesota, they beat your Rutgers 68-65. Let's get to these actual factuals real quick. I'm trying to pull up my other note. Yeah, man, I don't like them boys.
They just can't fucking score, dog. But
they
beat your ass up, though.
Cheating ass motherfuckers. So look, actual facts for Ohio State: 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games. The over has hit 10 out of the last 15 games for the Buckeyes. They're 8-2 straight up in the last 10 games. 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games against Minnesota. 14-5 straight up in the last 19 games against Minnesota. 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games on the road, though. As well as 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing on the road against Minnesota. 12-4 straight up in the last 16 games, 8-3 straight up in the last 11 games against a Big Ten conference opponent, and they over hit 6 out of the last 8 games. 8 games played on a Thursday. Let's get these actual factors real quick for Minnesota. They're 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games. The overs hit 8 out of the last 10. They're 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games. 1-6 against the spread in the last 7 games at the crib. But as I said before, they got a great record against Ohio State whenever they travel to their house. 4-1 in the last 5 games. The overs also hit 4 out of the last 5 games this season, and they are 1-6 straight up in the last 7 games in the month of January. So, Ohio State taking on Minnesota Golden Gophers. Marley, what is the play if you have one?
I do not have one. I have a lean Minnesota plus the points. It's just too many. I don't know. I don't do questionables, and that's my problem with this game. Because
both teams got questionables right now.
That's why I don't have a play.
So let me just throw these out there for you.
If Wheeler and is it EJ Little? Is it EJ? I'm getting initials.
EJ ain't out. I know EJ Liddell.
I know EJ is playing. What I was gonna say is he need to have a Robin though. Somebody got to be with him. He can't do it by himself. That's what I'm saying. Wheeler is in the game, or go ahead. What you say?
Well, he is the leading assist man. But right now, I mean, shit, Jamison Battle. You know, if he's really questionable, that's their leading scorer right now. And then the leading rebounder is Eric Curry, and he's doubtful for today's game. So I mean, both these teams, they dealing with some injuries now. It's just who has the better talent. You know, granted State
has the better talent.
Right. And Minnesota has a crowd behind them. So I just want to throw that out there to you real quick because both teams are missing. I mean, we know Minnesota, they got doubtfuls out here. You know what I'm saying? On their injury report, while Ohio State, you know, the only one who's out is suing the forward.
So my problem with it is the line. Like it's 6, and like, are they going to cover? I think Ohio State can win, but are they going to cover the game? That's my problem. 6.5. Okay. You need a 7-point win at the crib. Minnesota, Ohio State banging, like they probably just happy to get out of there with a dub.
Right. So official play?
Nothing. I do not have an official play.
You are off this game.
I am off this game.
So
it's just too many points for too many questionables for me.
Well, Curry is the fourth leading scorer on their team, and like I said, he does lead the team in rebounds. Battle, we definitely got to see if Jameson Battle is playing. If Battle isn't playing, and we got to get on Twitter, then I definitely like Ohio State right here.
That's 18. I mean, shit, that's 18 points a game you missing. Right.
And I've watched a couple of Ohio. I watched both of them, but Minnesota, they be tripping, man, in the first half.
Yeah,
I mean a lot. But anywho, with that being said, man, I am going to make an official play with Ohio State minus the 3.5.
Hey, did you say is Branham on the injury list for Ohio State? Branham.
No. Right now, the only impactful players right now is Wheeler. Wheeler's questionable. Suing he's out, but I mean he's only played 2 games. And Johnson, you know what I'm saying? Johnson Jr. Who his role? I mean he's averaging 6 points a game. 19 minutes a game. 1.5 rebounds. I mean I like Ohio State for the first half, but I'm just gonna say this. What about Drexel against Michigan? I got Drexel on the money line. We're gonna get to that game, Angelo. But damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. First half, man. If Wheeler for sure is not playing, I like Ohio State officially for the first half minus 3.5. That is
Wheeler ain't really been doing a lot of shit, but you need a guard.
Did I say Wheeler?
I'm just looking at I was looking at the last 3 games, his numbers and shit. But if you need Wheeler or
I meant Battle, bro. Are you just telling? Okay. I'm talking about Jameson Battle.
You talk about
for Minnesota. He's questionable. He's sick.
I'm talking about Wheeler. I'm talking about Wheeler.
I mean, I still feel confident enough as an official play taking them on the first half, man. I've seen Minnesota play several times in the first half, and they don't get their shit together till the second half. You know what I'm saying? So, but you don't have an official play for this?
Nah, I like Ohio State. I said 6.5 earlier for Minnesota, but I'm just scared of those points, so I don't have nothing official.
I got you. All right. Well, let's get to our next game. We're gonna stay up in the Big Ten action, and this is probably the only real game that's for today's slate. That's I gotta watch this game. Even if I wasn't betting, I gotta watch this game. And we talking about Purdue. Oh, excuse me, Purdue taking on Iowa. Let's get to these actual factors real quick for this game. Purdue 16-3 on the year, 10-9 against the spread, while the Iowa Hawkeyes are 14-5 on the year, 12-7 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of Purdue -2, and it has gone up to 3.5, and it's back down to 2. There are some 2s out there. There are, as a consensus, there's 2s, and there are some 2.5s. The total opened up at 162.5. Right now, that line's at 154. Injury reports right now for Purdue. Ivy guard, he is probable for today's game. As far as Iowa, they are good to go. Last time we seen Purdue, they bounced back after losing to Indiana 68-65. They beat Northwestern 80-60, while Iowa bounced back after that hoe-ass game against the Rutgers where they got cheated big time. They end up beating Penn State 68-51. To bounce back on the 22nd. Actual factors: Purdue 4-8 against the spread in the last 2 games. The overs hit 5 out of the last 7. They're 16-3 straight up in the last 19 games. 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games against Iowa. 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games against Iowa. The Unders 7 out of last 9 on the road, 4-11 against spread in the last 15 games whenever they play on the road against Iowa. 8-2 straight up in the last 10 games, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against a Big Ten conference opponent. Iowa, they're 10-5 against the spread in the last 15 games. The overs hit 5 out of the last 7. They are 7-2 straight up in the last 9 games, 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games at the crib, 11-4 against the spread in the last 15 games at the crib against Purdue, 14-5 straight up in the last 19 games. The overs also hit 5 out of the last 7 whenever they're playing against a Big Ten conference opponent. But they are 3-6 against the spread in the last 9 games whenever they play on a Thursday. So Purdue Boilermakers taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Marley, do you have a play for this one?
I do have a play on this one. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the game. There we go. I got Purdue money line. And reason being is every time that Iowa steps up in competition, they lose. They beat all the, I don't want to say scrub teams necessarily in their conference, but I just had it right here. Give me 1 second real quick. Every time they play, who I guess the people or fans, whatever, whoever comes up with these numbers, these rankings, they lose. They play Iowa played Purdue earlier in the season, lost by 7. Illinois lost. Iowa State lost. Wisconsin lost. Rutgers that you just mentioned lost. I don't even think that's playing up in competition as much as I like Rutgers. I'm trying to find like a really good victory for them, and I can. I mean, I guess maybe do you count Virginia as a good team? So they give.
But wasn't that early in the year?
Early in the year, November. If we're talking, if we're talking 2021, I mean, we can give them a Maryland win. Oh, you know what? We'll give them an Indiana win.
Back up, son.
We can give them an Indiana win, I guess, because I think Indiana's a tough team. Maryland's been up and down, but I just don't. I don't see nobody that they've played. And as long as we got Jaden Ivey in the mix. 16.7 points a game, 48% from the field. I'll take that. I'm just not in that. I'm not high on this Iowa team personally. So I like Purdue on the money line, go on the road and eke out a win.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. That victory against Indiana, it was a favorite. Indiana was up damn near double digits at halftime, and they ended up coming back and winning that game. But I gotta say this, bro. I was some hoe ass motherfuckers. They some pussies. They can't score. I've been saying that now for about 2.5 weeks. They can't score, dog.
But they average like 80 points a game.
Man, that's bullshit, bro. Because they was playing against a bunch of scrubs like before they got into some serious conference play, bro. They can't score. And I told boys this before because I took Indiana
held up to 46 points. I don't know what happened.
That was a whole ass game, dog. When I say that was a whole ass game, that was a whole ass game, boy. Like them refs was, bro. Again, I'm not the one to be like, yo,
the ref cheated.
Send death threats to the referee. But I was on that shit that day. I was like, yo, y'all got to send death threats to the referee for this because that was out of line. But
you tweeted that?
Yes, I tweeted that. Yes,
all the brothers in bet tweeted.
That's all I got. I don't do that's the only reason why I'm on Twitter is for the business. Yes, I did that. Yes, absolutely, no shame. And if he say, "Yo, this," I mean, what are you gonna do? Whoop my ass?
No, that's not good.
Nah. Yeah, I mean, shit. That's not good.
Anywho,
I mean, I wasn't seeing it. I was, if you look at the tweet, you'll see what I said. But anywho, I definitely like how I call them the Williams brothers have been playing. I think that little slip up against Illinois has put some fire underneath Purdue. The thing I'm concerned with is how the referees handle the big man because they still kind of up in the air. Sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't. But this Iowa team, man, when they going against some real competition, they cannot score. The only thing that's really helping them right now is the home field advantage. That's it. The crowd going to be rocking. So if we can get Purdue to kind of go in there quick, take care of business first half, and just, and just maintain that lead in the second half, I think this will be easy money. They will cover, but y'all know the rule, 2.5. But anything 3 or under, I'm going to take that money line. So I should play for that. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Brothas N Bets. We are here daily. Tonight at 9 o'clock is our NFL show with Mikey Hova, the Reaper, who is killing it right now in NFL. Marley is killing it right now in NFL as well. You are what, 9? I think you're 9-3-1. And that's what I have right now.
Yeah, 2 weeks, something like that. I know I went.
No, that's the playoffs. Just your playoff record right now.
Yeah. I'm like, I went
9-3-1 right now.
I think I only lost one this week and one last week. No, none last week. However, but I only got like 2 losses. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. You got 3. It's in now.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
So, anywho, hey, we appreciate everybody getting in. So now let's get to our lock of the day. And we're talking about Drexel taking on James Madison, the Drexel Dragons. And I'm kind of conflicted in this one because these are both my teams that I've been following for a couple of years now.
Hey, I'm not going to lie, dog. Hey, we didn't pick some tough locks the last 2 days. I damn near was going to tell you, man, we might need to hit that Purdue for the lock.
I mean, I feel great on this one, though.
Okay, well, let's go.
Drexel Dragons 8-8, 9-6 against the spread. They're going up against James Madison, the Dukes. They're 12-5 against the spread, 8-7. 12-5 on the year, 8-7 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of James Madison -1.5, and now that line's jumped all the way up to 4, and right now it's back down to 3.5 as a consensus. The total opened up at 4.5. There are some 46.5s on the board as well. Injury reports right now. So for James Madison, Hodge is questionable at the guard position. Nocho, he is questionable as well, undisclosed, and McConley, he is questionable. So all of them are undisclosed, so they probably got in some trouble, some shit. So check on Twitter before you make this play. Last time we seen Drexel, they did lose to William and Mary 83-75. While James Madison did beat Charleston, they won 95-94 last on the 22nd. Get these actual factors real quick. 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games, 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 games against James Madison, 6-2 straight up in the last 8 games against James Madison, 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games on the road. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5 against James Madison on the road. They're 8-2 against the spread in the last 10 games against the Colorado Athletic Conference, 5-15 straight up in the last 20 games whenever they're playing as an underdog. James Madison, 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games. The overs hit 6 out of the last 7. They're 12-5 straight up in the last 17 games. The unders also hit 6 out of the last 7. The over has hit 4 out of the last 5 games at the crib. They are 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games of the season, and just 1-7 against the spread in the last 8 games against a Colorado Athletic Conference, but they're 9-4 straight up in the last 13 games. So James Madison hosting Drexel. What is the play, Marty? How do you feel about this one?
I'm on James Madison.
Of course.
And of course, right? And hey, we count on Morse here. Votto, couldn't think of his name. My bad. Votto Morse, the guard, 14 points a game, and we also counting on Molson, the other guard, at 12 points a game, 5 rebounds. He leading the team in rebounds. Morris is leading the team in points. James Madison, I like Drexel, bro, and I don't know if you remember, Drexel is one of the teams we kind of kept up with last year. Our smallest.
For sure.
So really conflicted here. Really love the points here, but gotta go with the money line. Just because of my respect for Drexel, they're not some pushover ass team. This gonna be a competitive game, I think, all the way down to the wire. If Drexel was at home, I'd probably be going the other way. honestly. But so we gonna rock with the home crowd. We gonna rock with Morris. We gonna rock with Molson, the two guards to lead the way for us here. Man, I was really conflicted on this when we were talking about it earlier, man.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Because we just talking money line. I mean, we discussed the and you guys know the lock of the day is both of us agreeing on it and doing the research. But we just talking the money line right now, right?
Right.
Do you think Drexel can come in this hole and win right now?
Can they?
Yeah.
Like, is it possible?
Yes.
Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. Do I think it will? Do I think they will? Excuse me. No. I think James Madison is overall the better team. I think the fact that they playing at the crib is, you get to ride the home crowd wave. I want to say, hold on, I'm checking the schedule right now. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so you got Drexel, then you backdoor with Delaware. You know what I'm saying? At the crib. But then your next 4 games are on the road. And you have to go to Towson, Hofstra, and Drexel out of those. That's 3 out of those.
All gonna be tough.
All those games are tough. They need this game at home. I don't want to say it's a must win, but it's practically a must win because 4 weeks from now, you got to go into Drexel. You don't want to go into Drexel needing to win at Drexel because you lost at home. So this is an important game for James Madison. I think we're going to get the best version of James Madison. Like I say, I'm riding with the 2 guards, Votto and Molson. And, Votto Morse, and then Molson is the other guard. On the money line here, I think we escape with a 2-3 point victory. That's why I can't stay on that spread because it could be tight at the end. Could come down to a game-winning stop or a game-winning shot or free throws. I think it's going to be really tight. So give me James Madison. Very important game at the crib. They need this. Fans are going to be there. James Madison at home.
Yeah, and I don't need to, kind of elaborate on what Marley is just talking about. James Madison on the money line. Honestly, bro, it is just my honest opinion. I think they're gonna cover. I know the games have been kind of close. I think they're gonna cover. I think they're gonna cover. I don't even think. I mean, it's not gonna be as close as we making it out to be. And I'm not trying to get big headed or nothing like that. I just think we good. I think we good, my G. I think we good, bro. I think so. Definitely like James Madison on this one. So, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets. Let's talk some NBA shit. We only got 2 games.
It's only 2 games
for the NBA tonight. And we're talking about we got the Lakers traveling into Philly to take on the 76ers and the Timberwolves taking on the Warriors. Marley, how you feel about this matchup?
I think that game started already.
It starts at 6:30.
Okay, they must have. I was looking at you wager a while ago. They must have took that hoe off for a second or something. Bitch ass you wager. I don't fuck with them Lakers. I told y'all that last time. We only took the Lakers last time because they was playing the Nets, and I was telling boys how much the Nets ATS record sucks, and so definitely not on those guys. I know Anthony Davis back and LeBron, woo, blah, blah, but not doing it. Not doing it. I'm really staying off that game. That's a stay away. Just because 76ers, Seth Curry's out, Shake Mills out, Ben Simmons hurt feelings. We know that injury, but I just don't trust the Lakers. So for your boy, Warriors at home, that's typically has been a lock. Even though Minnesota is actually playing a little bit better basketball. But the Warriors are the Warriors. They're the contenders of the West. Many people think, it's between them and the Suns coming out of the West, especially once Draymond and Clay and Steph get to playing some games together under their belt again. So I'm on the Warriors minus the 6.5. I think that's good money. We just saw what they did to Dallas, 130-92. So I don't think Minnesota's better than Dallas. Minnesota's playing good ball lately, though. Winners of 4 out of their 5.
They have.
But I look at their forward, and not to mention Minnesota beat Golden State their last game, 119-99. So technically, I guess it's not a revenge game, but they won 4 out of the last 5. Not some bad wins. I mean, you got Portland, Brooklyn, lost to Atlanta, win in New York, win at Golden State. But put me on those Warriors.
Man, I'm gonna go with them. I like them Lakers with them points. Get that +6. And I like Timberwolves. I like them Timberwolves first half, man. Golden State ain't been playing good ball in the first half, bro. They haven't been. They've been very inconsistent in the first half. Second half is a different story, but first half, it's just not there, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I think is it because of old age? Because not old age, but it's because they're more. There's some bets and it takes them a second to get them knees warm. I mean, I don't know. I just know I've been paying close attention from a distance, and they be fucking up. I'll put it this way: the Rockets beat their ass in the last 2 games in the first half.
Yeah.
Take them points, man. Ride with me. Take them points with Minnesota first half.
Hey, we got to start putting up our NBA record because I gave out some winners yesterday. I gave out them Nuggets yesterday. That was money.
You make it official.
I gave out them Grizzlies. I know the Grizzlies was official yesterday. I said if Ja Morant played, take the Grizzlies. That's good money all day. I'm pretty sure I said the Nuggets was official because the Nets was coming off a back-to-back, and the Nets suck at home. I mean, their ATS record is awful. And I want to say you says Dallas, or maybe that was LJ in the chat that said Dallas. They was playing Portland, and
somebody said Dallas, and I was like, yeah,
Portland late night.
Yeah, but I know you was like the Memphis. I don't know what I said, bro. I'm not really locked in on that NBA right now, man. I'm just
starting yesterday. My record was 2-0.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All
right, man. Hey, we about to get ready to get up out of here because we started the show late. Hold on real quick. Bucks. Oh, yeah. I was talking about that.
I told boys to take the Cavs yesterday. I said it. The Cavs have been hot, especially if Giannis didn't play. I don't know if Giannis played or not, but they only had 99 points. So I tend to think, I think he did play.
I think he was in the mix.
I think he was too. Yep, he did play. Played 99 minutes. 29 minutes. He played 89 minutes. He was out there. I seen him.
Real quick, open mic. Anything? The Big Ben retired. Was that today?
Murray State extra play in college. I'm on it.
Did Big Ben was that yesterday or today?
I think it was today. Was it today? I think it was today.
Anyway, that nigga go. Hey, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets. We will be back at it again tonight for our NFL show with Mikey Hover. So, Marley, if you can lead us in our gambling prayer, we can get on out of here.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all boys for tuning in. This is Brothas N Bets. That is the coach. I am Marley Bets. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, man, good luck people out there. Y'all know what it is, what we're trying to do every day, yesterday, and today. And that is let's beat Vegas. And we out this month.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry.